Hello y'all and welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. Today we're going to be doing a fun answering your assumptions about me type of video, except we're also going to be doing my eyeshadow together as I'm answering these assumptions. And how I'm going to be doing my eyes is with these new-ish palettes from Musee Beauty, the Honor and the Triumph of Venice palettes. I got these sent to me in PR and I've just been so late to them. I feel like now they're old palettes and if I tried to do a video with them, they probably wouldn't get that great views and whatnot, so I was thinking on it and trying to determine what I wanted to do because I definitely wanted to use them on my channel. I do plan to review them in a Palooza, but I wanted to do a dedicated video with them, so I thought it might be fun to do an answering your assumptions video, and that way I can use these, you guys can see me use it on camera, but also we're going to be answering assumptions, and so hopefully even if you aren't into the older makeup launches, you'll still enjoy the video hearing me answer these assumptions that you guys gave me. I asked both on Instagram and YouTube, and I got a bunch of questions, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be doing one of these on each eye, so let's hope I don't get confused. But let's jump in and get started answering questions as I do my makeup with these old, please make sure you see I'm doing quotations. They're older when it comes to new makeup launches, but they are newer palettes. They're the newest launch from Musee Beauty. So let's use these together and answer some assumptions. Okay, so I just put on a little bit of a primer. I use the Primer Primero Primer Base from Alamar Cosmetics. And let's see, I'm just gonna have this on this side on my right, and I will have this on my left side. Let me go ahead and go to Instagram. We'll start with Instagram. Okay, first one I'm gonna read is, you're a makeup fanatic slash guru, and you're shooting to have as many kids as your parents did. Okay, so let me ruminate on that for a minute. I'm gonna start with this side. In this eye, I'm going to jump in with the shadow right here. I just need something with a little bit of depth there. There isn't a whole lot of mattes in here. We have these three and then that one. Definitely using the blue, but we're gonna go with that darker of the two pinks. Okay, so I'm a makeup fanatic. I feel like my background is evident of that. So yes, I would definitely agree. That's a safe assumption if you come to, from my YouTube channel, or I guess even my Instagram page. It's all about makeup. So yes, that is a safe assumption. And shooting to have as many kids as my parents, I honestly don't know. I get this question all the time in my everyday life and then on YouTube as well, like how many kids do you want to have? I have never envisioned a number. I can't. I don't know. Like right now we have 3 and that's how many I feel like we can have. I feel like, I don't know. I'm taking it one kid at a time and we'll see. So I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold. I'm very open to however many that the Lord gives us. So I put it on both eyes. Oh my goodness. This is not a good start, Katie. Not a good start. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bigger brush and I'm gonna grab the lighter of the pinks and I'm just gonna take it right on top very lightly. That was nicely pigmented. That went on a lot darker than I anticipated, so I'm gonna take the lighter and very gently brush it over. I don't even know where I stopped, but anyway, I could, foresee us having as many as my parents, more than my parents, or less than my parents. I don't know. I'm very open to however many we end up having, and my husband's the same way. He can't really see a number. He doesn't have anything set in his head, and I don't have anything set in my head, so we're just gonna wait and see. Okay, next question is, you love to travel. I don't. I really don't like traveling. Growing up, I'm gonna go in with the blue. I dreaded whenever we had to go anywhere. Even now, as an adult, I dread having to go anywhere. I don't like packing. I'm very comfortable. I grew up, my mom always called me the homebody because not even, traveling anywhere, but just to go out and around, meet up with friends at the park or to go, meet up with a family or go do errands. Like, she always had to drag me out of the house because I was always like, I was the one to volunteer and be like, oh, I'll stay home, watch the kids, or I'll stay home and clean, or I'll stay home and whatever, because I'm very comfortable at home. And it's definitely something that I have seen with me being the mom. I will catch myself where I'm just like home and I don't do anything and I don't go anywhere, and I'll be like, you know what, the kids would probably like to go to the park, Katie, like get your tail out of the house and take them. I'm very content inside the house, and I feel like I can always find stuff to do to keep me busy. So yeah, I've always been a huge homebody, and then traveling somewhere, oh my goodness, that's even worse than trying to get out of the house and go do stuff around town. Like, I hate traveling. I hate packing. Like, even when I was just my husband and I, like when I first got married before I had kids, I don't enjoy it. Like, it's a lot of work, and I'm just not someone who particularly finds that much enjoyment in like seeing other places. I'm just not that curious maybe. So for me, all the work it takes to go in to visit or to travel somewhere, I'm just like, I'd rather be home though. So yeah, I'm the boring person that would just much rather stay home and do stuff around the house, and I find that very relaxing. My husband also is something of a homebody, so whenever we are able to like have a vacation or take a trip, I really want to have a trip where it's just me and him, and we can do like an anniversary getaway together with just me and him. We've talked about, you know, having my parents babysit our kids and then just staying here and having our vacation at the house, because we both find that a lot more relaxing than going somewhere. That's the level of homebody that we are. And to answer the question, no, I do not find enjoyment in traveling. I'd much rather stay home. Next one is, you love your time alone. Okay, we're gonna go into the lid. I'm gonna do these two shades. I don't want it to be too pinky of a look. I just want to pop at something. So I'm gonna put a little glitter glue down, and I feel like I should do orange to green, and then that'll bleed into the blue. I think that works on the color wheel. Okay, so to answer that question, I'm gonna go first with the orange. Yeah, I really do like my alone time as well. Along with being the homebody growing up, I was always the person that I would be fine like holed away in my room, doing school, working on projects, reading a book. I always liked to kind of have my alone time, and so now, you know, having children is definitely different, but I still do get my alone time. Worked out very nicely that I'm a very big night owl, so I still get the alone time after the children are in bed and the work's all done. And with my husband's like really taxing work schedule, he is usually in bed too by the time I'm kind of like winding down for the night. Like, he's just crashing. So typically every night, unless I'm super tired or something, you know, something's different, I will have a good bit of alone time just to kind of wind down from the night, and I enjoy kind of having that time to myself to just reflect on the day, figure out what I need to do for the next day, you know, be able to work on YouTube, to be able to have a snack by myself and not have a little almost 2-year-old, you know, wanting to eat all my food that I'm trying to eat. So I really do enjoy that, and then I do get up earlier. Right now I'm filming during naps, so I have that alone time. So I'm really thankful I do have that time, but yeah, I'm most definitely a big loner. I enjoy having my alone time. Next question is, you're reserved but friendly when socializing with new friends. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty accurate description. I would actually describe myself as a big introvert, but I think I come across as not so much of an introvert, because I think that's something that kind of surprised my husband when he learned that I was more of an introvert, is because when we actually first met, the first interaction we had, it was at our table. We were having like a meal together, and he had sat at our table, and it was like a bunch of younger, like teens to 20-year-olds at the table, and we were talking about some things, and I remember he was sitting a couple of seats down from me, and I remember I kept turning to him to like bring him into the conversation, because he was new and we had like never met him before, but I kept trying to bring him into the conversation and explain things that we were talking about and ask him questions and stuff like that, just to help him feel like included, because I always hate, you know, with new people, I want to make everyone, you know, feel comfortable and whatnot, even though personally, like, as I'm doing that, I personally feel very awkward, and I feel very, not stressed or anything, I don't even know what the word is, but I feel very reserved, or just like an introvert. Like, I'd rather not talk, but if no one's doing the talking and whatnot, then I'll step up and do the talking, just to make sure that like everyone is having a good time, that sort of thing. So I don't know what that makes me, but I feel like the way she described it in that question was very accurate. Like, I'm super reserved, and I will be the one to be super content sitting in the corner and just watching everyone, or, you know, talking to one person, whatnot. I'm not a social butterfly. I don't like being in the center of attention, but at the same time, you know, if there's someone new, or, you know, we're in a new place or whatnot, I will try to appear to be very social and engaging and open and whatnot, even though inside I'm just like, when can we go home? Again, I am a homebody, so even when we go out places, I'm like, I just want to go home and chill. So anyway, this is how it's looking. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. I feel like this has come together super fast. I'm going to use the blue, and then, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. I think this palette is just a little bit limiting in the creativity I feel like I can get, because the mattes are also, like, there's 3 pinky tone mattes and then the 1 blue. So I'm just gonna kind of use the same colors I used up top down below. I guess I could use a shimmer down here. Their shimmers are really smooth. They're not super flaky and stuff, so I feel like they blend out nicely, give the color that you see without like sending sparkles all over the place or in my eye. Let me spend some time blending, and then we'll move on to the next question. All right, I added some black to my waterline, and I'm going to go in that same brush. Actually, I'm just going to clean it off with this little Odin's Eye color switch, and I'm going to go into that light colored one that we used in the crease, kind of just to top it off. We didn't use too much of it, so this way we can really see it. Oh yeah, and I was gonna grab another question. You are a super chill mom. Of course you have moments, but like, your goals. Oh, that's so sweet. That's super sweet, but I also feel so almost bad when people make comments like that. Even in my everyday life, like, I'll get together and people will be like, you just, you know, you're so you look like you got it all together and whatnot. And it's like, I don't at all. I think a big part of like looking like you have it all together or whatever is just your mindset and your goals for the day. Because I feel like for me, like I have very few goals and very few things that I want to do. Like I have a list like 10 miles long of things that need to get done, that I want to do, that you know, just need to get done. Like clean the house. I have to clean the bathrooms. They've been needing to be cleaned for about a week now, but they're on my list. They just haven't got done. But I'm very, I wouldn't say good at, because I definitely have my moments, but I try to be very firm and always keeping in mind that like these things will get done when they get done. But right now with me having so many young kids, sometimes it can take a while, and sometimes, you know, I wake up and it's like I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and then when my husband comes home at the end of the day, he's like, oh, what'd you guys do? And I'm like, we played outside, we cleaned up, dealt with meltdowns, made dinner, and that's it. And that's okay. Like at the end of the day, I just try to remind myself that like that's okay if like literally all we did, you know, throughout the day was in a sense survive. You know, we do, you know, stuff, but nothing on like my to-do list, or nothing that like on my goal list or that I need to get done list gets done. And I try to remind myself that like it's okay, it's no big deal. I'm always so messy out here, but this is how it's going to look. Oh, I'm going to do the inner corner. I'm going to use this pink one, but I always am very mindful of that. And like there's so many times where at the end of the night I just don't do the dishes and I go to bed because I'm just super tired. There's, you know, there was a ton going on and I'm exhausted. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? There's gonna be more dishes in the sink tomorrow. I can wash them tomorrow and that's okay. I will say that, I think I've said it before in a previous video when I talked about my mom, but I will say I feel like that's the strongest lesson my mom taught me growing up, was that flexibility. And I know my personality probably has a lot to do with it. I've always been like an easygoing, people pleaser, roll with the punches kind of thing. But I remember when I was younger, I was not a very flexible person, and my mom will tell you, and I can remember so many times growing up where my mom would be like, Katie, this was her quote, and I feel like I've said this before on here, but her thing that she would always tell me is, it's very easy to be happy when things go your way, but it shows true character to be happy when things don't. And that, like, I can say that from my sleep backwards forward. Like, I just remember my mom telling me that so much, because I was the person that, like, it had to go this way, this had to happen, or it's like I would just get all upset, I would get super mopey and stuff like that. And I just remember that was one thing, you know, I learned a lot growing up, and that my mom would try to, you know, teach me and tell me so much growing up. And I feel like it's one of those things that I can really look back on and say, you know, this is a lesson that I really struggle with, and my mom was very faithful to teach me and to take, you know, those moments as I was growing up and to help me see and understand those moments and to have those be teaching moments. And it's something I really grasp onto, so that now, like, when things just aren't going my way in a sense, or I'm not getting the things done that I want to get done, that, you know, it's okay. They'll get done another day. You know, being a mom of 3 young kids who are all currently 5 and under, it's very tiring, but I am very encouraged by this mom of 7 or 8. She's on Instagram. I follow her. I've shared her before. 3 River Homestead, I think, is her handle. But she has a lot of kids, and every now and then she'll post on there about, you know, how much, I mean, she's always posting about how much she gets done and all that, but sometimes, like, I'll catch myself like, wow, she's like, she does all this canning, she gardens, she has animals, she has children, she homeschools, and it's just like, man, like, I wish I could do all that. And every so often she'll post on there like a gentle, encouraging, you know, little message about like, I'm here now, I have really older kids who can help me. Just a reminder to the young mamas out there who have a ton of young kids, you know, just realize that you probably won't be able to get everything done, and, you know, everything that I'm doing, and that's okay. Like, it's busy years when they're young. Enjoy the phase that you're at, and, you know, one day you're gonna have older children who can help you, and it'll be different for you. And I just latch onto those so much. Every time she posts that, it's like, ah, thank you, because I will find myself just like, oh my goodness, I can never get anything accomplished. Like, the house is always in disarray. You know, the list that I have to do around the house is always 10 miles long. I can always be getting stuff done in the garden if I only had time. But then at the same time, it's like, this phase that I'm in right now with so many young children is just that. It's a phase. It's a very intense phase because I have no, you know, bigger hands to help and whatnot. And this phase that my husband's in, he has no ability to help me. And so I just remind myself that, you know, life is full of phases, and this phase right now is a busy one. So I do what I can, and we just keep on moving, and I'm very flexible, and I just go with the flow. I feel like that's my biggest advice for, young moms, is just, go with the flow, and don't hold yourself to too many parameters of what you want to accomplish, because when kids are this young, it's just not gonna usually happen. I always have projects all around the house that are constantly in the middle of, because I just do it in pockets of time whenever I'm able to, and that's how I kind of keep up. Okay, so this is where this eye is at. It is beautiful. That took such little effort in the blending of those, you know, the matte shades. Even such a dark blue, I feel like it went on super duper well. The shimmers are very beautiful. They're nothing like sparkly shimmer, but they're very nice, soft and pigmented shimmer, which I like with my shimmers, and they're very smooth, easy to go on. I felt like I got a pretty nice blend between the two colors. So overall, super happy with that. I feel like the only con for me with that palette is just that it's so heavy on the pinks that I'm gonna struggle to be very creative with it, but only time will tell. That's really the only thing I see as a con, is just the color story. But of course, the color story is the color story. So if you like the color story, I think the quality of the shadows were very pretty. Let's move on to this cool tone of blue. And I think I'm gonna really stick to the cool tones, not too much this warm tone. Maybe I'll do that underneath. But I'm gonna jump into Tempest first, and then I'll probably use this shade here, which is Shallow, to blend that out. So anyway, yeah, I don't even know how to take that assumption. That was a very sweet assumption, but I definitely don't feel like I'm goals when it comes to like mom goals. It's easy to just, you know, see them in the pockets of time and be like, man, I feel like they have it so much more together, but we don't, you know, you don't know the whole story, and often we only see them in little bits of the day. I think it's just good to remember that, you know, we don't see the whole story when we see people and families and whatnot on social media. So I don't even know how to take this. That's super sweet to the person who made that comment for you to say that. Okay, so I just reread that comment, and the assumption was you're a super chill mom. I kind of went off on the tangent with the compliment she gave me. Of course, you have moments like, but like your goals. So getting back to the assumption, I'm sorry, I totally blanked on it and just went on a very long tangent. But the assumption, I feel like I am a pretty chill mom. Though I am also, I feel like a helicopter mom too, because like there are some things where I feel like I stress out about, like pools. You know, my children are learning how to swim, and thankfully they're getting better at it, so it's not so horrifying. But I have this thing in like kids and water that I just can't relax. I really don't like pools, so I feel like I'm very much there, and I'm always, you know, watching and making sure everyone's okay kind of thing, and ready to jump in at any moment if I need to. And then also with my children, I feel like I have this really weird hands-on and hands-off approach to raising kids. Like I'm very much so like, you know, let kids play by themselves, let them explore by themselves, and to an extent, let them figure out how to, you know, talk and play with each other and other kids, and even have arguments and have disagreements, and let them kind of figure it out as well. But at the same time, I'm very much like on top of it and like supervising. So I don't even know what kind of mom that makes me. Okay, my camera had stopped recording, and then I clicked record, started talking, and then my camera battery died. So I forget where I was at, but basically I don't even know what to call it. If it's a chill mom, if it's like a super big helicopter mom, or if it's a super big hands-off mom. Like I said, I feel like it's a super weird mix of all of them. So I don't even know how to answer that assumption. We'll keep moving. I feel like I'm going in circles with this question. Let's keep on moving. I love that black. I think I said it, but I don't know if the camera caught it, but I just went in with that black there. That is very pretty. Very like smoky gray black. Like it's not super inky black, but it fits the cool tone of the blue. Okay, next, or let's see, this is the last one on Instagram. You are very conservative in your ideas. I would agree with that. Pretty good assumption, especially if you've been following me on Instagram and whatnot, or if you've been following me here on YouTube for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty conservative in my ideas. If you're new here, I am a Christian, and my worldview comes from the Bible, so that tends to be labeled as very conservative ideas. So yeah, that is a correct and safe assumption about me. I'm gonna go ahead and put some glitter glue on my eyes. Let's move over to YouTube. I might have to just continue this in a part 2. Let me know if you'd like to see that. If I don't answer all the questions, just do it in my next chatty get ready with me. Okay, I assume you dislike Halloween and scary movies. That is a safe assumption. For the lid, I'm gonna use 2, and I guess I'll just use the 2 blues, or should I use the taupe? The taupe is actually pretty bright. Can you guys even see? You know what? I'm gonna do these 2. The taupe on the inner eye, and then the bright blue going out. We'll see what that looks like. And if the taupe is too dark, I can put the lighter blue on top. So let's try it. The taupe is that stormy shadow. It looks super dark in the pan, but swatching it, I feel like it looked pretty light. So let's see. Okay, so Halloween and scary movies. Yeah, I really don't like scary movies. I got into a little bit of reading like more thriller scary books, and that I was a little bit okay with, but it would freak me out. But I really draw the line on movies. Like actually seeing it visually in person, I really don't like very scary very scary, like on the horror side of movies. I can't stand it. Don't like it. I've tried to watch a few like review videos on horror videos, and I can't even watch that. Like, I don't like it at all. Bodily, like harming anything on, no, I don't like that kind of stuff. So I feel like Halloween movies are all that type of scary and just too many freaky things happening to the body. So I'm just always like, nope, and nope. I really just don't enjoy them. And then Halloween, we never celebrated. It's not something that I want to celebrate. And yeah, so it's something we also don't participate in. So that is a correct assumption. I need to try to answer these a little bit quicker. If you ever decide to leave YouTube, it will be because your family life is getting more busy and you want to focus more time on your family. I assume that you won't be on YouTube forever because life may get more busier as the kids get older. Yeah, I really struggle with this because like some days I feel like I don't know if I'll leave YouTube permanently forever. I feel like if life gets busier, I'll kind of want to just slow down and maybe do like once a week. And like if it got super busy, maybe just once in a blue moon. Like, I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day. If, you know, life got too busy, would I just up and just be like gone, no more, and just leave my channel? Or would I just slow down and post when I can? Because I think the beauty of where my channel, how it's kind of transitioning into is just, it's me trying on makeup and just enjoying mostly eyeshadows because that's what I enjoy. But it's a lot of that, so it's stuff that I've been able to fit in pretty well into my day, just in the pockets of time, and it's mostly the only hard time is editing now because I can usually film a solid video during nap time, and maybe as the kids get older, I can do it before they wake up, or, you know, as they're doing morning chores, you know, I get ready and I can do a quick video. Because lately, you know, minus me getting ready in the morning where I'm just like recording a video for Instagram or YouTube, a tutorial, like actually me sitting down having to talk to the camera, I've been getting really good at keeping it to like 20-30 minutes for a long video, and that's it. And I feel like it's been making my schedule of, you know, recording for YouTube a lot easier to fit in because it is so short and concise. I'm not someone who's like recording YouTube videos for hours and whatnot. So I feel like if I keep this track where it's mostly me, you know, trying on makeup on camera and talking about the makeup, it's something that I don't really foresee me ever like stopping doing my makeup like for fun because I enjoy it so much. I mean, I guess probably toning it down and whatnot, but I don't know. Like right now I'm doing my eye makeup because I enjoy it. And then I'm just recording it to share it with you guys. So it's something that, like I said, the only hard part for me right now is finding the time to edit at night. And who knows, yeah, I don't know. So I feel like, all that to say, ideally I feel like I would like to just cut back on YouTube and still be on YouTube because I really enjoy, you know, getting to play with makeup. And this is an aspect where I don't really have anyone in my own life to talk about and enjoy makeup with, so I really enjoy being able to do it on YouTube and connect with people who enjoy playing with makeup and playing with color. So I don't know, like I said, ideally I would like to just cut back, but if push came to shove and it was like you either, you know, keep to YouTube and have zero or very limited time with your kids, or you just get off altogether, yes, I would get off together. But ideally, if I could, I'd like to just cut back to maybe, I don't know, even once a month. That would still be me being here, but not as much as now. So only time will tell. Okay, next assumption is, I assume you never take time for yourself. I feel like I do, because like right now, I could be doing a million other things around the house, but I find that, like, I remember I've done a couple experiments, you can call it, where it's when I cut back severely on uploading for a little while, and I just did a lot of like housework in the middle of the day, and I got caught up on a lot of things, and things around my house definitely got done, but I found that I was just so, like, physically and then just emotionally and mentally exhausted, because even when I had the opportunity to kind of just chill, I was working instead, and I was just so tired. I would just get really just tired. The days could get that drudgy feeling of like, I'm always just cleaning, I'm always just, you know, getting kids to stop fighting, that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and do real warm tone on the bottom. I'm gonna go in with these two. So that's when I kind of went back to posting like I not like I used to, but I went back to posting more and recording more. And I find that when I take the time out of my day to sit down and record a video like I'm doing right now during naps and doing my makeup, this is very relaxing for me, and it's kind of almost like forces me to take time for myself, because if I didn't have YouTube, you know, maybe I would just clean all day and whatnot, and then I really wouldn't have time for myself. So I find that I really enjoy having this hobby. Like, I'm someone who always needs a hobby. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I would probably just sit and cross stitch, honestly, or sit and knit, crochet. I like all those things. Cross stitch I just like because it's just visually so pretty, but I've also been into knitting and crocheting and whatnot. And so like doing something like that is how I like to take time for myself. I'm not someone who just likes to like sit and do nothing. I feel like for me to take time for myself, sitting down and doing my makeup and doing this video is me taking time for myself. And then at night, you know, when I'm gonna edit a video, I find that really relaxing as well. So it's another avenue that I can do two things at once. I can sit down and take time for myself instead of running around and, you know, doing more cleaning around the house. That's a way I take time for myself. I do in a video and then I get a video done. So it's like a 2-for-1, and I find a lot of like satisfaction in that I am relaxing and taking time for myself, but I'm also getting something accomplished, and I'm not just like sitting still. Like, I'm not someone who really enjoys watching a movie. Even when I was growing up and I was a lot more, you know, like in my teens, a lot more into watching movies and stuff like that, I still would never just sit and watch a movie. I would always have cross stitch, crochet, something in my hands, because I like to do stuff while watching a movie. And so that kind of just makes sense as I got older. It's like, yeah, I can sit down and relax, but I can also be sitting and relaxing and doing my makeup and recording a video, or I can be sitting and relaxing and editing a video, and I really enjoy that. So yeah, this assumption, I don't take time for myself, I feel like I do, but I guess it all depends on what is like taking time for yourself. If you're saying I don't take time for myself because I don't like sit down and do nothing, I'm gonna go in with this one. Or like take walks, or I don't even know, like what exactly is meant by the take time for yourself. Then I guess I wouldn't if it was just like sitting down doing nothing, reading a book, or taking walks. I feel like I'm in the phase of my life where I can't read a book, because anytime I sit down to read a book, I just fall asleep. Like, literally, doesn't matter, I just like fall asleep. So if I read something, it has to be audio these days, so I can listen to it as I do something like fold laundry or something to keep me awake, because I used to be able to read so much, and now I just sit still for too long. It's like, and I go to sleep. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do take time for myself, but I guess it depends on what exactly, like the time for yourself, what you mean by that. So now let me grab one more question and I can kind of fine tune this. I feel like I've done it all though. I assume you were homeschooled and or raised in church, probably both. Both, so that assumption is correct. I was both. I was homeschooled. Oh, I gotta do mascara on my top lash. I was homeschooled my entire school years and raised in a church through most of my childhood. Not all of it though. I don't think we started going until I was like 10, 9, I can't remember exactly, but I was kind of like, I don't know, midway through childhood. I don't even know what you call that. So yeah, that's a safe assumption for both. Both are correct. But anyway, here is the look. I like both of these looks actually. Was I in focus? I really hope I was in focus for that, but that is really pretty. Again, went on so beautifully, so smoothly. I cannot wait to play with this palette more, just because I want to play with that mix of cool and warm tones. I feel like that'll be fun. It's only a 9pan palette, so a little limiting in like how creative I can be, but I got really fun looks out of both of them. I really do enjoy this cool tone look. I don't do cool tones often, and I didn't do a wing liner on either eye. That didn't really mean to happen, it just kind of did. I forgot about wing liner and moved on. But yeah, I think it's really, really nice. I like how it turned out. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed me answering assumptions as I went along. Let me know what you guys think of that. There are definitely a lot more questions that I didn't get to on my YouTube comment section or on the community tab. So let me know if I should do a part 2, and if you do want to see a part 2, feel free to go over to that comment. I think it's still the top one, or that post in my community tab, and you can leave more assumptions and I'll get to it on the next video. But yeah, I am so sorry I didn't get to everyone. I just talked way too much. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you to Musee Beauty for sending these to me. I will definitely be using it some more. I will give you guys reviews eventually, but this is going to be the one like dedicated video on my channel where I use both of them on camera for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, with all that said, if you want to continue getting daily content from me, I'm over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.